Blog Talk Radio.
Hello, Blog Talk Radio. This is Michael Edley, Psychic Medium, coming to you live for Two Psychics.
Hello, this is Mary Amy coming to you live for Two Psychics. I'm an intuitive wisdom coach, and I hope you join us on Thursdays at 8 p.m. Bye.
Bye-bye. Ooh, all right, beautiful March 1st, Friday evening here at the Jersey Shore. This is Michael Edley, Psychic Medium, coming to you live with my fabulous co-host, Mary Amy. How are you, Mary?
Hello, I'm wonderful. I am an intuitive wisdom coach, and I am coming to you live from New York. And yes, it still is in the 30s, but I'm okay with that because spring has sprung. Today we had some sun.
We did. It was nice. A little windy here at the shore, but it was nice. I'm enjoying it. No snow, no rain, so that was good. That was good for me. So what's going on? How are you? How is everything?
I'm good. I had a little bit of a illness last weekend after we did our show, but I am recovering, and I have to say some very interesting things are going on. You know, I'm at my day job in the Matrix, and the computer snaps in and out, like the different programs don't work properly. I don't know what's going on. It's almost like that there's some kind of energetic force that is in cahoots on the internet right now. Are you experiencing any of that on your end?
The interesting thing, I haven't personally experienced anything. All the electronic devices around me have been pretty stable. I just upgraded my internet connection and everything because I was having some issues with a prior provider. So I haven't experienced that, but I've read a lot about it, and I've heard from a lot of people, you know, their cell phones going down. You know, you're hearing different things sporadically with the banking system around the world going down, and you know, a lot of issues. You know, you heard.
Yeah.
I think this was in the last 48 or 72 hours. There were multiple problems throughout the banking system where people's deposits were not showing up in their account, or they opened up the app on their phone and they just, you know, deposited X amount of dollars and none of it's there, you know. And it was interesting because it seemed to occur a lot with small business banking. And I saw a lot of things on my feed of small business owners that were looking to do, you know, payroll. They had inventory that they had to cover, you know, multiple expenses. And they're like, what is going on? And the banks had delayed everything and didn't honor, you know, like an immediate, let's get to the bottom of this and figure it out, you know. So it's interesting to see what's going on. You know, is some of this actively being done? You know, is there cyber hacking? Is there that type of thing happening? Or are we just seeing a glitch in the matrix? Are we seeing, with this new awakening and this new unfolding of energy, you know, is that affecting the systems? So, yeah, I think there's a lot of questions to be had.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. I've actually been waiting for the banking system to shift because they talk about how they are going to have this Basel III, which is banking regulations that you have to have a certain amount of money in the bank instead of just having a number there, but it's not actually in the bank. And then there was the internet blackout here on the East Coast. I don't know if anyone out there, you know, not necessarily in New York or New Jersey, had any issues with their phone like you just mentioned. I know, is it the light coming onto the earth? Is it the Grand Awakening? Are we in for some change? There is some speculation based on AI and Starlink. Are we going to a new system with satellites rather than this internet and these cables and this 5G? Lot of possibilities out there, but you know what I know is that everything will work out, and we shouldn't have any fear because sometimes change is good. It's inevitable, and everything is just temporary.
Well, I think that's part of the process. You know, if we're focusing on the negative and we're drawing all our attention to that, you know, the question is, will you manifest more of that into your energy field? And I am a firm believer that we will. I think you could be smart and you could be prepared, and that would be my recommendation. You know, as a psychic medium, I don't think you necessarily have to be psychic to get this, but you know, have all your information somewhere written down. Have a little journal. Have all your account numbers. Have your banking information. You know, save your receipts. Just have a lot of your core fundamentals that have to happen and occur that, deal with finances, insurance, banking, paperwork, anything like that. Have a hard copy of it. Don't have everything on your computer, your laptop, or your phone. Have some kind of hard copy stored away. And I think that's one of the learning lessons, we could do from this. Be smart, but you don't need to be paranoid and anxious over, is everything going to collapse and is everything going to be done and over? And I think a lot of people were there, even, aspects of my own life, prepping and being ready for what was going to come after the whole 2020, incredible unfolding that we saw that no one expected in many different areas, supply chains, medicines, a number of different. So, yeah, it's interesting times, but, be smart, but don't freak yourself out and spend every moment in a constant state of fear, because that is absolutely no good, and it's not productive for any aspect of your energy field, like your chakra or your auric field,
Yeah, I mean, emotions as fear and shame and hate and anger are all about at 20, whereas love and forgiveness and compassion are at 1,000. So you want to vibrate at 1,000. And if you come from a place of self-love and you turn inward, we can't control anything out here in the physical reality. We can only control what's going on within ourselves. And tonight we're going to cover topics related to the 12 chakras and the aura field. And together we're going to experience and see the auric field and energy fields which surround us. I'm going to give you a visualization, and Michael is going to accept some call-ins for psychic readings.
Woohoo! We have some psychic readings coming up. It's going to be exciting.
I know. Who knows who's out there? I know sometimes we get repeat call-ins, but, hey, if that's the way it goes, it's meant to be.
Yeah, and I think it's always cool to get some follow-up information or some type of confirmation of information or insight and guidance we've given to someone, and you see how it unfolds, in their highest and best potential of whatever that would have been in the circumstance.
Yeah. Well, here we are in March, and I just want to remind everyone we have 2 guests this month, and next Thursday, March 7th, we will have at 7:30 Flat Earth Dave. And then on the 22nd, we will have Jessica Jones, and she is an expert at remote viewing and cryptids. You can give her a coordinate, and she can tell you what she sees. So that's exciting. I can't wait.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. That's good stuff. Good stuff right there.
Yeah. Fantastic. So would you like me to go ahead and give some kind of explanation on the chakras, and then we can maybe acknowledge that, and we can give some kind of guidance on how to activate some of the chakras? What do you think, Michael?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's what we'll get into. Obviously, all of our listeners out there who have been listening for several episodes know we talk about energy, the function of energy, internally, externally, how it affects us, how it affects those things around us. The chakra system, the auric fields, 2 huge energy fields within us and around us. So we're going to get into some really good stuff about that tonight.
Yes, and any of you out there who've practiced any energy healing, you probably are aware of your chakras because, for example, I do Reiki, energy healing, and you would know about your chakras, which are wheels of light. And there are 7 in the body, and there are 5 outside the body. And I'm just going to run through it just to give you some background and you kind of have an idea. I know it's not visual, but maybe you can stick through this little explanation with me. So our 12 chakras, they will empower you and you will release your truest self. Now, whether you realize it or not, below your feet is the earth chakra, which is 0. It's this, I don't know what that something is. The earth chakra, it's your grounding cord, your light body earth center. And so it's 3 inches below your feet. And you can kind of close your eyes and you can visualize a ball of light 3 inches below your feet. Now, this is your grounding, your psychic connection, your higher consciousness, your mental clarity. Now, if you want to activate it, maybe you go out and get some jasper or smoky quartz and you bury it in the ground. Now, above that is your first root chakra. And I always mention, if you want to ground yourself, I say, okay, put all your weight in your bottom. I'd like you to acknowledge the base of your spine, which is your root chakra, and it going deeply into the earth. And this is a way to ground yourself. Always, always have gratitude for this moment. If you want to ground yourself and begin. So this is the first root chakra, is a connection to Mother Earth. It is your stability, your relief, comfort, harmony, confidence. And it's a time, if you spend time in nature, you can activate it. Maybe you want to place some little gemstones on top of the soil, maybe some red jasper, smoky quartz, black tourmaline. Okay, and that's at the base of your spine, your root chakra, everyone. Okay, and this is how we're going to start to activate ourselves, and we will begin to have more psychic powers. So the second chakra is your sacral chakra, and that's located in your reproductive organs. Now, this will bring you power, confidence, self-esteem, an ability to manifest, your vitality, emotional balance, pleasure, sexuality. And this is a way to awaken life force energy in your body. There's passion related to it, creativity, success, and courage. Now, how would you activate the sacral chakra? Maybe lay down, place some gemstones on your body like carnelian, coral, amber, and it relates to the element of water. The third chakra, just bear with me, we're getting through these. So you just want to imagine we're saying your root, now we're at your sacral, and now your solar plex chakra, which is located a couple of inches above your belly button. And that is your power, your luck, your destiny. And it will bring balance and willpower. Now, this is all if it's balanced. You have a balanced chakra. Financial luck, which is what we all want, at least in the matrix. Strength, self-respect, and creativity. You want to activate it? You might place or hold in your hands at sunrise, tiger's eye, yellow jade, citrine. Okay, we're getting through them. The throat chakra is the fifth chakra, and it's located, yes it is, in the throat area. And that's all about communication, confidence, creativity, inner voice, authentic self. And if you have a blocked chakra, that means that you're not expressing yourself. And I always say, that's why I say journal, speak your mind. And if you are embarrassed about your opinions or beliefs, have someone that you can turn to and share, someone that you can have as a confidant. And if you want to activate that, you might activate that through chanting or prayers, positive affirmations like I am strong, I am powerful, I am brave, I am safe, whatever it is, I am loved, whatever you want to be. You can also hold on to some aquamarine and turquoise. So your third eye chakra is your clairvoyance. It's the sixth chakra. And yes, it is located between your brows, and that means that you have a knowing, and you are able to know about things without getting any prior knowledge. And it's located between your eyebrows, and that is your mental clarity, your intuition, your imagination, your psychic vision. And mostly, if you are spiritually active, it's very strong. Your psychic abilities are strong. And you want to consider blue sapphire and tanzanite for the third eye chakra. And the seventh chakra, which is inside or part of your physical vessel, is the top of your head, the crown chakra. And that is located on the top of your head. And that is higher power activation, wisdom, mental clarity, focus, and your spiritual connection. You're able to shift your reality, communicate in other realms, have spiritual guidance. And you can activate that by being under the moonlight, holding an amethyst or a clear quartz, visualizing beams of light coming out through your head. And, before your sleeping dreams at night, you might want to do some dream work by asking yourself, can you open up or balance this chakra or that chakra? Now, don't overwhelm yourself. Just pick one to start, or you can go into some kind of meditation and focus on it. Now, there are 5 chakras, which I'm just going to name them so that you have an idea, beyond our physical body that go out into the galactic. And it's kind of exciting because these chakras are a little bit is what we know as sci-fi. But it's really not sci-fi. This is accurate. You are able to tap into this. Now, beyond the crown chakra, which is the top of your head, is what's called the soul star chakra. Now, I'd like you to imagine, close your eyes, and I'd like you to imagine 6 to 12 feet above your head. And I'd like you to visualize a ball of light. Now, this is how you're going to connect to your self-karmic channel cycles, your Akashic records, and you might activate this through meditation. And it's infused by the other 7 chakras, the highest level of consciousness. It's pretty exciting, isn't it? And this is a gateway to the cosmos, a spiritual connection, and you will know yourself. Am I saying this is simple? No. It's baby steps, and it takes practice. You can transcend this physical earth into a universal field. Now, beyond the 6 to 12 inches above your head, your soul star chakra, is what's called the spirit star chakra. And this is all your intuitive thoughts. And this is located 18 inches above your head. Again, I'd like you to imagine a ball of light. This is your true purpose. This is spiritual wisdom. This is angels and light beings and guides and communication through spirits. This is what Michael Edley probably taps into. Physical energy, message from spirit, ability to manifest. These are your intuitive thoughts. Okay, and then 2 more. The universal chakra, which is 2.5 feet above your head. Did you know that you were really sending energy above that far out into the universe? Well, you are. So we want to open all this up so you are clear and you are able to connect to everything and have a higher consciousness. This is the universal chakra, universal flow of energy. So now imagine, just imagine while you're listening to me right now out there, 2.5 feet above your head, a ball of light. This is physical existence and divine. It's synchronicity. It's tapping knowledge, cosmic energy, an extension to the universe. It is literally the flow of creation, limitless. Okay? 4 feet above the head is your galactic chakra. Now we're going to imagine a ball of light again, 4 feet above our head, if you can do that. I know that's not exactly easy, but let's try. That chakra is time travel, teleportation, instant manifesting, biolocation, cosmic wisdom, travel beyond time and space. And this you can activate, everyone out there, through light language. I don't know if you want to check out what's called light language, and you listen to these different tones and these different sounds, and you will activate that. The final chakra that you have, listeners, is your divine gateway chakra. That is a portal to the divine world, complete openness, universal oneness. And so there you have it. And I'm going to take a pause so that we can talk about that before we get on to our aura. Anyone out there, I know you want to hear about the aura and the different colors and all that, all the different layers. We're going to take a moment because I know Michael Edley has so much to tell us. Don't you, Michael?
Don't I always have something to talk about?
You do. Tell us.
No, the interesting thing with the chakra system, and one thing that I'll put out there is whenever I kind of dive deep into any type of energy healing, learning about energy functions within the body, internal, external energy functions, I like to just absorb it all. I think that's one of the best things we can do, practicing, psychic medium and energy healer, or just working with this energy, is be the eternal student and always learn. And I like to dive deep. And the interesting thing, when I originally started studying energy and started studying the chakra system, the auric field, I wanted to know, where was this created? When did this happen? What does ancient text, what does old history say about it? The really cool thing is, this goes back really, really far, but the one thing I'll say is no one truly knows who came up with the chakra system, who wrote about it, who was the first one to actually put this in print. They did find old Sanskrit text, and those of you that don't know, these are ancient Indian texts. They found it in what was called, I believe, the Vedas, which is a collection of scrolls and ancient writings in Sanskrit. And I believe that's about 1500 BC before Christ. And they found some ancient literature, ancient texts, ancient scrolls that talk about these energy systems. So I guess we're talking probably early Hinduism, some Buddhism. The interesting, though, even in their writings, they don't talk about creating this. It's almost like they talk about this was a found thing. This was something that they had learned, something that they had been taught, and wasn't something that they, were the bottom line. We found this, and now we're putting it into writing. So we truly don't know how old the chakra system and the writings on the chakra system are. But what I can tell you in my own personal meditations, I do believe this comes from an early, old human timeline that we're not on anymore. I do believe, even with what we know from this human timeline, the more and more you get to know us and we talk about some of our belief systems and things that we've explored in our own meditations, I could tell you this isn't the original ancient human timeline that we're on now. And there's been a lot, I think, that was discovered prior, things that have either been hidden, misconstrued, or just kind of taken away from us. They, powers that be don't feel we can completely wrap our heads around this, or, I think there's a lot of different reasons. But what I can tell you is in my own deep meditations, I believe the chakra system, anything about this energy field and anything about the auric fields come from an old, very distant human timeline that we're not on anymore. And I think all this information's been handed down. So the earliest record we have is the Vedas, the Sanskrit text. And if we look at that, they say that, Hinduism is the oldest religion on the planet. And so what we're looking at predates even any type of religion on the planet. So it's very, very interesting and very, very ancient.
Well, I sense that it is ancient, and I sense that it is before time, and I don't really know where it came from or how. I do realize that a lot of this has been hidden. There's a lot of hidden secrets and wisdom and actually healing techniques and technology that's been hidden from us. And I don't know if you've ever heard of the civilization Tataria, but that
yes.
they had many abilities, psychic abilities, and they were, it was beyond imaginable the way they lived. And that was actually exterminated, they said, by parasites. And they just used that term. I don't know what that meant. But I realized when I started studying the chakras and became a master Reiki master, which, anyone can do this if they focus on it. It's like anything. It's just tuning inward. And it really exposed to me so much of what was going on. And I almost see so many different realities going on at one time. And the more I delve into this information with you weekly, I am finding that I'm becoming more and more activated. Like when I lay down and go to sleep at night, I am hearing all these different realms. Sometimes I'm saying everything's so loud, I almost can't sleep. I have to put earplugs in just to kind of go to sleep at night. Can you share with us some activations? Do you have an exercise we can do with them? Some kind of walkthrough, some kind of activation that you can recommend, Michael?
Yeah, let me give a little bit of a foundation to the chakra system in addition to what you've already spoken about, and this will give people kind of an expanded view on it too. Now, the chakra system also corresponds with certain musical notes, certain tones, and certain colors. So one thing that I'll take you through is if you start doing a meditation, and we're going to start focusing on different areas of the body and these different energy systems, basically the 7 internal energy systems of the chakra system, when you start seeing certain colors and different things around that, or certain images are coming to you, you really want to pay attention to that, because they could be indicators of things either going on in the body, energy blockages, areas that we're not paying attention to that we may need to tend to. So this can be very informative. It could be a very, very informative process. But what you want to do, it's very simple when we're going to just expand and we're going to feel our chakra system. So what I would say to everyone is just get in a comfortable spot, have your feet on the floor, and focus on breath. If you have some type of noise or anything going on in the background that can distract you, turn it off, shut it down, and just completely focus on your breath, okay? And you want to just breathe in through the nose, exhale through the mouth. And when you breathe in, if you can breathe in for 3, 1, 2, 3. Hold that for 2, 1, 2. And then release for 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You want to slow down your breathing, and you want, as you focus on the breath, expand that focus. And while I'm talking, just keep breathing. Breathe in, hold, and slowly release. As you're breathing and you're focusing on that breath, just listen to my voice. Start focusing on expanding from the breath, from sensing your breath and feeling your breath. Just start to feel the awareness of your internal body structure. Start to feel your eyes. Start to feel your teeth. Start to feel your heart, your liver, your bones, your blood. You want to just pay attention to your body. Now, as we start focusing on the crown, the top of the head, the crown chakra, just slowly envision golden white, pure energy, golden white light just trickling down, almost as if you're sitting in a golden white energy field, a waterfall of energy that's just cleansing you. And feel this around the crown chakra and start to see a small ball of energy. And this ball of energy may be spinning, it may be pulsating, it may be still. And around this color, this pure golden white light, just let it wash out your body, let it wash out that crown chakra area. Focus on that energy system and start to see it move. If you could start to spin it as if it's like a pinwheel or a sunflower spinning in the wind, this can start to spin either direction. It doesn't matter if it goes clockwise or counterclockwise. Just let it start spinning, let it start moving, or let it start pulsing. Just go down to your third eye. Go down to the third eye chakra. Right in the center of our forehead, a little lower than that, a little above the center point of our own eyes, above the nose. Start to envision that ball of light, white and gold light. Now, we're not focusing on any particular color of the chakra system. We're just focusing on this cleansing, positive, loving energy of golden white light. Now, you're focusing on that golden white energy circulating through the third eye, and it's starting to spin it. It's starting to cause a spinning sensation and a pulse. You're opening up these energy fields. If these energy fields are blocked, if they're clogged, if they're slowing and not operating with the precision and the speed they should, you're just going to start to open them up. And you're pulsing energy through them. And as you're pulsing energy through them, you're also spinning them. Now we're going down to the throat. Go down to literally the center of your throat. You feel that energy. And if you're starting to feel like your mouth's getting a little watery, or if we're going through any of these areas and you're feeling it being tight, and a lot of times this one, the throat, because a lot of times we're not all speaking our truth. We're not all living, how we should be that our soul sees. And sometimes we're not speaking our truth. Maybe we're feeling a little bit like this area needs to open up a little bit. We need to sit in our truth, and we need to speak our truth. So if you're feeling any blockage in this throat area, just allow it again to pulsate. Let this area, because this is love, this is compassion, this is divine. Allow it, start spinning. Open this area, open this chakra point, and allow the energy to flow through it. And then we go down to the heart. And again, with the throat opening, and we're fully going into the energy of love and compassion and the divine. So now, as we're going from the throat, we're transferring that energy. Now it's just opening in the heart space. And again, feel around the heart's energy, feel it pulsating, feel it spinning, and feel this ball of energy just opening. Now, what I want you to pay attention to, as these energy centers are starting to open and they're starting to pulse, and the energy is circulating through them, and you're getting movement, start to see if any colors come to you. Are you seeing, in any of the chakra space, are you seeing certain colors? Is a vision, is a number, is a date, is a name? What's coming to you? That could be pertinent information to why there could be a blockage in that chakra system, or maybe why that chakra system is functioning so optimally. And it's giving you, so our body will speak to us. We just need to listen. So pay attention to any of the signs, the symbolism that could be coming to you when you're going through this meditation. Now, again, from the heart, feel the heart. And a lot of times people will feel green around the heart. If you're wondering what music note, the note F, the pure tone of F, resonates with that heart frequency. Some people will also see a pink hue with the heart. And just feel that opening up and feel that gold and white light blending. If you're seeing any other colors, just let that gold and white, pure loving energy open. This is the divine. This is pure love. And it's just creating momentum and uplifting the vibration from that point of the chakra system. Now we go down to the solar plexus. And this is, if we feel that little spot right in the center of our chest, and we know when we push on that, we can expunge all that air, but we want to feel that moving and that opening. And in that solar plexus, that's really our identity. That's truly where when we sit and we meditate on that solar plexus chakra, we can start to see who our potential can be, who we are, who we can become. Maybe there's things that we've overlooked about ourselves, or maybe we've had self-limiting beliefs. Maybe we've let outside factors harness or control some of our decisions. When we meditate and we sit in this solar plexus energy, we can sit and we can feel the power of our identity. So sit with that energy, allow that solar plexus to start pulsating, let it pulsate, and start allowing it to move in a circular fashion. If you can get it to start spinning in a clockwise fashion, if it's counterclockwise, it doesn't matter. You just want to get it moving. You want the energy moving. But now we're going to start focusing on this energy shifting in a clockwise fashion. So it's pulsating and it's moving into a clockwise momentum. Allow that to open. And then this goes down into the sacral area of emotions, reproduction, an area of empowerment when we can harness these emotions, and these emotions don't harness us. Some of the color associated with the sacral area, orange. Also, if you're wondering about notes, the pure D tone is a tone that's associated with the sacral chakra system. So just think about emotional stability. Just think about the energy circulating. And now, majority of our internal body should be moving, should be flowing, and the energy should be opening and being more conducive for us to start pulling information from it. And then we lower down to the base of the spine, base of the spinal column, to the root chakra. This is stability. A lot of times people will see this as red, the red color. Now also understand, when you're seeing certain colors, these can be very, very particular to you. And even though there are certain colors that do go hand in hand with the chakra system, understand you may also see additional colors, and you really need to learn your own chart, your own processes and procedures that could be very personalized to you. But in general, what I'm going over with you right now are the general, more common colors that are associated with this. And this is the root chakra system, and this is the root energy system. This is stability, and this is associated with the color red. Now, red could be passion. Red could also be anger. So you have to understand, even within these colors, there's different variables. And when you start to see energy and you start to work with energy and you start reading auras, you start reading the chakra system, as a working psychic medium, these are very, very important, because these can be key observations that can point me in a direction of something that's going on in someone's body, something in their energy field. So we can learn a lot from this, but understand that a lot of these colors can be very particular and personal to you. So I can tell you, red to me, like I've seen certain people that say, red, wow, that person's very angry. Their whole energy system must be red. Is it red? So, well, it can be. That's definitely a potential aspect of the emotion, anger, and that trickling down into that red color. But this can also be passion. Like I've seen an artist finishing the most amazing masterpiece that they've spent just hours and hours and hours into, and the passion and the energy can be on that same level red that anger would be on, but it's in a positively used and understood aspect versus a destructive negative. So we have to look at color, and we have to see how it resonates with us. I can tell you, when you're working with a lot of these systems, cleansing your system or trying to balance your system, I do feel the white and the gold, the high presence of that divine color, will help cleanse. A lot of times certain sounds, and if you look at ancient chanting or you look at ancient meditative practices in many cultures, even going to different like Egyptian cultures, different Hindu, different Buddhist monks, different just many different aspects of that. Even look at ancient tribal cultures throughout Africa, throughout South America, chanting and going into these almost hypnotic trance-like states through whether it's drum circles, percussive noises, a vocal chanting. These will also unlock and start to create movement and circulation throughout our energy system. So be aware how certain aspects of music affect you, how certain colors affect you. These are all intertwined, and there's a lot we can learn from this. But again, it's a very personal journey, and understand that we're just giving you a foundation. And I'll go through the colors real quick. So the root chakra is associated with red, and also the music note of C. The sacral chakra, a lot of times is associated with orange, and the music note of D. The solar plexus, a lot of times is associated with the yellow, and the music note of E. The heart, a lot of times is associated with a green and a pink. I've also seen that mentioned quite in a lot of practitioners. And the music note of an F. The throat chakra, a lot of times is linked to a lighter blue, and there will be varying shades of these colors. And as we're working with them, we can get even more insight and more guidance from shades of colors within this spectrum. But in general, the lighter color of blue and the note of a G is a lot of times associated with the throat chakra. When we're going to the third eye, a lot of times we're going into a more violet or even a purple. And I've heard the note A being associated with that. And I've also seen the note B. So the pure note of B also being associated with the third eye. So there are some variables around that. And then with the crown chakra, again, we're also going, when we're going from the throat chakra to the third eye to the crown, we can get a blend of almost a blue to a purple to a violet into a pure white and even a gold. So in a lot of times the crown chakra, we'll hear a couple theories on this, but generally I see it as a white and a gold, a pure color, but I have heard of some people seeing certain very, very intricate shades of ornate blues and cobalt and different things blended together. So that's not something I've experienced. In general, the crown chakra, I experience it as a white and sometimes with a gold filament around it. And that's also associated with the music note of E. So that's really it. We're just going through the body. We're going through each of those energy systems. We're trying to pulse them, open them, and just get the energy circulating through them. Anything that's not serving our highest and best, we're just putting it back down into Mother Earth. And that's the simplest way to open and start working with the chakra system.
Thank you. Okay, so I don't know if you've heard in the past, listeners, people speak of an aura. Oh, your aura is pink, or your aura is white, or your aura is gold. And I think of the aura as your human energy field, and that's how I grab information. So when I have a client before me, I will tune in through my heart space or my clairaudience through my hearing or my clairvoyance through my third eye chakra, and I will connect to their aura, their human energy field, and I will receive information because information lies in the aura. So the aura is the color-specific energetic field surrounding each of our bodies, and it consists of layers. There's 7 layers that connect our physical body and the chakras that we just mentioned. Our auric field is a receiver and transmitter, and there are levels of self-emotional information. In other words, whether you realize it or not, maybe it's invisible to you, or maybe you are tuned into and tapped into and have activated your clairsenses, and so you receive information when you're around someone and in their energetic field, in their aura. So there's 7 layers. For example, the first layer is your etheric physical layer, and that's what's closest to your body. And that's your muscles, your tissue, your bones, and that's connected to the root chakra, the base of your spine. And this is very strong in very active individuals. Those with a slower lifestyle, it's weaker. That's the first layer. Now, the second layer of your aura, your auric field, is your emotional layer, which are your feelings and your emotions. And that's connected to your sacral chakra that we just mentioned, which is located at your reproductive organs. So the color of your aura will change based on the mood. Now, there's a possibility of all the colors in the rainbow. Now, your third layer of your aura is your mental layer, which is your logic and your reasoning and your state of mind. Who knew it was all this information you were carrying around that was invisible to you, right? State of mind, thoughts, and this is yellow, and it connects to your solar plex chakra, which is what we said is above your navel. This layer is mostly apparent in your neck and shoulders and head, and it's stronger in overactive individuals. Okay? Your fourth is your astral aura, and it's pink, and it's connected to your heart chakra, and it relates to all the astral cords that you have to others and stronger in loving relationships. I don't know if you've ever heard of cord cutting, because we all have a cord that reaches from our heart space, our heart, to everyone that we know, and it reaches to their heart. And that is a connection that you have, and that cord should always be clean and bright and shiny. Okay, and that is the astral aura. Astral is your spiritual and love layer. Your fifth layer of your aura is your etheric template, and that's all your psychic abilities. It's the blueprint of your body, and it contains your identity, and it connects you to others and your personality. And this is in your throat chakra. The sixth layer is your celestial layer, and it's white, and it holds all your dreams and your intuition, and it connects to your third eye chakra. And it is strongest and most powerful, and it reaches to the divine and the belief of oneness and unconditional love. And it's strong when you are communicating to the spirit world like Michael does. And you can heal your celestial layer, which I believe you can heal all the layers with love. And then the final is your etheric template layer, and it's gold, and it connects to your crown chakra, and it's the highest frequency. And it fills with all your lifetimes and your soul information, and the strongest able to open your path to divine and increase your psychic abilities. Now, we all want to clear and clean our auric field. So there's simple ways, at least I think they're simple, like sound healing or guided meditation, Reiki, exercise, sacred healing dance. Maybe you want to use some healing crystals, essential oils, do a yogic cleansing bath with water and salt and baking soda. Or you might want to have a good intention, bring positivity and love, and ask for darkness and negativity to leave. I always go down to the water and say, here's all my stuff, take it away from me. And then I must know in 24 hours I'm going to feel some kind of emptiness, but I'm going to have to fill that with light. Maybe you want to heal your aura through sunshine or drinking water or smudging with sage. What do you think, Michael?
Some good stuff. Good stuff there. Yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting because when you speak about it, I think an easy way to explain it to people, when you look at the first three, that's basically the auric field that pertains a lot to the physical aspects of the body. When we get into that astral auric layer, it's almost like the hybrid between the physical and the spiritual. And then we get into, the fifth, sixth, and seventh layers, and then we're really dealing with an interconnected spiritual layer. But one thing people need to understand, too, is everything pretty much has an aura. I shouldn't say pretty much. Everything has an aura. And I can tell you, we all see it slightly different. There's going to be a couple different techniques we'll go over tonight to help you see auras. But I can tell you, a lot of times, what is being taught and what you see a lot of practitioners and people working with in certain charts can be a little different than what we each see. Like I can tell you, from my own experience, I have synesthesia. So I see energy, and I'll actually see certain colors, and I'll see certain colors around certain notes. And it's funny because when I'm talking about the chakra system and I talk about certain colors and certain notes associated with those colors, I can tell you there definitely are variables to that. It's not set in stone, but I think it's a really good indicator, and it's a really good just basis for us to go off of. But, yeah, the auric field is very intricate. And what we need to understand is we're blending with all the auric fields around ours. So that's one thing that we need to understand is how can these varying energy fields interconnect and affect each other? And I think that's some cool stuff we can talk about tonight. But just learning the fundamentals and the basics about the chakra system and the auric field, how they're interconnected, and then how they interconnect to everything else is really the basis of our energy work here.
Can you give some kind of wisdom about seeing an aura? I myself, I have to be honest, it's not one of my gifts. I mean, I do hear, my clairaudience is really up there. I hear more now than I used to. I mean, I used to see more and be more like, that was my focus, but now I'm listening more. What is a way that our listeners can kind of see an aura field, or some way for them to kind of learn how to?
Yeah. And the one thing people should know, the more you develop your psychic abilities, your psychic senses, you may not just have the only ability to see it. You may be able to sense it. I can definitely tell you sensing auric fields and even sensing the colors associated with it and what is going on in that auric field can absolutely happen in addition to seeing it on a psychic sensing level. So that's something, you know, the more we learn about the energy fields, the more we see that there's many different ways to basically to allow that energy field to unfold around you. But so I'll give you one quick way. So if you're standing in front of a mirror, this is something everyone can do. And in your bathroom, if you have a darker wall or a completely lighter wall, minimal amount of patterns, or if you have a completely white shower curtain, and if you can stand in front of that and you can just focus on the mirror, and you're going to start looking almost past your image, and you're going to be looking past your image almost as if you're looking through your peripheral vision. And you want to start seeing what comes out. Are you going to start seeing a white or a gold? Are you going to start seeing certain colors? And the more and more you do this, you're almost untraining your eyes, in a sense, to see more than they normally see. You're almost looking for an expanded sight awareness. And that's where it happens. It happens in like the peripheral. But focus in, look past yourself in the mirror. And if you can look in the mirror around your body, see what you're noticing. And you're literally not focusing on your own image. You're focusing on the energy field that surrounds your image in the mirror. So the easiest way to see that is a lighter, completely white background or a completely background. Now, another way we could do it, everyone has a piece of either dark black construction paper or white copy paper. I would actually recommend you do it both ways to start seeing where you're naturally tuning into and what you're naturally picking up. Some people have an easier time initially seeing auras on a white background. Some people, it's complete opposite, and they have an easier time starting to see certain colors unfold on a pure black background. But take that piece of paper, put your hand in front of it, lift your sleeve up if you have a long sleeve shirt on, and just set your hand probably 5-6 inches away from the paper, and just start looking past your hand, past the image of your hand, and start looking at what colors are forming around your hand as you're concentrating on the paper. Again, you're almost looking past the image of your hand in a peripheral way to the paper, and you want to see in between the sight of your hand and the paper what colors are starting to form. Now, you could do this with your fingers closed. You can spread your fingers out, start to see if you see a color coming in between your hands, between your fingers. Now, if you're not getting any colors just doing it this way, what I would recommend is change to the other color. So if you're doing it on a piece of white paper, white copy paper, find a really dark object. So you can even use a black towel, a black shirt where there's nothing on it, and just put your hand in front of it and see what color starts to form around it. Now, if you want to try to raise the vibration of your hand when you're doing this, you can clap your hands, rub them together, kind of focus on the energy, try to get that energy building on your hand. And when your hands start feeling warm, separate them and look in between your hands. See if you start seeing any energy. Start to separate them. See if you're seeing any energy spread out between your fingertips, between your hands. But once you've done that, now, again, place your hand in front of that piece of paper. What do you see? Again, we can do this if you have someone you can partner up with. and you have a very light background wall, white solid wall, or a very dark wall, very dark blue, dark purple, black, or a black sheet or something you can put up. You want to stand maybe 8-10 feet in front of that person. Have them stand in front of the white or black wall, and then you want to look past them. So again, it's your peripheral vision that's seeing the body, but you're actually using your sight, your natural sight, to try to focus past the body and see what colors come to you. And this is just very, very basic, very fundamental, but this is the start of it. And we have to start to observe how we're picking them up. And now understand, when we're seeing auras, there are different ways you can also see the aura. Some people may see it as an energy field that surrounds the body, almost symmetrical to the body, and takes a similar form surrounding and around the form of the human body. But then other times, we can also see the auric field almost protruding out, like it's shooting out, like a shooting star, like a shooting crystal coming off us. So almost as if we're seeing, as if we were walking through a cave and we're seeing the hanging crystal stalactites from the top of the cave. An energy field can also pop off you like that. And some people may see both, one, the other, so there's several different combinations of this too. But using your peripheral vision to look past your hand, the object, even trees, go outside and look at the energy of any living creature. You should be able to pick up at least a white or gold aura around it. Any tree, any plant. It's pretty amazing, and we just have to step back, kind of calm the thinking mind, the thinking process of mind, get out of that zone, and just start looking for what's outside the peripheral vision. And you'll start to see it. You absolutely will. It's a process like anything else. You practice it. The more you do it, the more you learn. And again, this is just a very fundamental, basic way to start working with the auric field and start to observe it in whichever way you can. The more you start looking at it, the more colors that may start coming to you. Now, not using the eyes on a psychic level, look at someone, something, an object, whatever it may be, and just start to sense what is coming to you around that. Is there a certain color, a certain feeling? What comes to you on an energy level? And what you can do, if you start getting a feeling, whether this is a calm, loving feeling, an anxious, abrupt, like nails on a chalkboard feeling, just settle into it. What is it? And when you start focusing and sensing that feeling, that emotion, what color is coming to you around that? And you have to start practicing this and just utilizing these different techniques. And then what happens is we come up with our own processes and procedures. We start building our own toolbox, and that's building our energy language. So that's really the basic fundamental of working with this. And this doesn't matter if you want to be a psychic medium or not, or an energy healer. If you just want to be able to diagnose something that could be going on in your own body or something's not right, this may be the first step of it. And I can tell you, there's been people that have had weird disorders, certain things going on, and when they would tap into their auric fields, certain things would be highlighted to them, a certain body part, a certain image. And there's been multiple people that have been going into some type of diagnostic work. They're getting, the blood work run, or getting, an EEG, an MRI. And a lot of times people have mentioned to a doctor or a specialist, hey, I really think there's something wrong in this part of my body. And you read these stories, people have been very adamant, we have to check this out. Doctor, there's no way. We don't need to look at that. We don't need to test that. We don't need to analyze that aspect of your body. Well, okay. And something happens. They listen. They analyze, scrutinize, and look what happens. They unfold some kind of health ailment, problem, or condition that they wouldn't have picked up otherwise. So this will absolutely empower you in many different ways. So we're not just saying if you want to be a psychic reader or a medium or a healer or a Reiki practitioner, that's why you should do this. No, this can absolutely empower you in many different ways, including the function of your body's health. So this is very important stuff, and I think everyone can utilize it for their utmost, highest good.
I love this discussion. You showed me, and I automatically could see the aura. Now I got it. It's very 1, 2, 3 zippity doo dah, and I can see it now.
Sometimes we overthink it.
Thank you. Well, you know what? I was never walked through. I never really had any kind of knowledge about this or understanding. It wasn't something I focused on, so I really, really appreciate it. And what you just said about, our, not necessarily, this is for, if you want to be a
psychic
master, right.
Yeah.
I just would like to say this is what I learned. Fundamentally, each of us have some kind of psychic ability that is so natural and easy, but for whatever reason, maybe we shut it down because we were scared. We said, oh, this is too, strange, or it's not normal, or something's wrong with me. And we weren't allowed to. It wasn't like we were given permission. It wasn't okay or wasn't accepted. I'm going to tell you right now, whatever psychic ability that comes naturally to you will help you in your everyday life. It will guide you. It will lead you quicker to outcomes. You will be able to manifest whatever destiny you want. Maybe maybe it's related to your career or a relationship or some kind of personality trait that you'd like to alter or work on, or some kind of talent. I'm telling you right now, everyone, just try some of these. Maybe we don't resonate on every single point with you. Maybe you're just saying, okay, well, that's interesting. This isn't. If you're calling in and you want a psychic reading, you have some kind of affiliation with this. You have something spiritual going on with you, or you would not be attracted to it. So just try a little bit of this. And I'm just hoping and praying that you have some kind of self-love going on, and you wake up tomorrow morning and you have a positive thought, and maybe you try doing this little activity, an exercise that Michael just explained about finding your aura, and maybe it will be a gateway or a portal to the next chapter in your life.
What would be interesting is anyone out there that has some type of pet, a dog, a cat, a bird, a rabbit, a reptile, whatever it is, try experimenting on this with your pet. If your pet is on a certain background, or if there's a wall they're walking near, or they're laying on the carpet that's a solid color, start focusing, look past them, and see if you could see your animal's energy. The funny thing with me, I started even before I experienced synesthesia. I noticed I would see things around animals. I would start to see it around animals first, and then I experienced, a crazy accident, and out of that accident, it really compounded this synesthesia thing and seeing energies. But prior to that, I noticed seeing it more so initially around animals. So that might be an easy way for people to start practicing it. Start watching your dog when he's laying on the carpet in front of you.
You are so funny. You have so many little anecdotes. Okay, now, before we get on to a relaxation, let's have a caller or two, because I know there's some holding, and I lost a few. I did not. It wasn't my fault, Michael. It was just they dropped the call. But
did not hang up on anybody. We did not hang up on you.
I didn't hang up on anyone. I'm like really, really attempting to stay clear and far from the technology. But we do have a few out there who have been holding. So I'm going to grab someone, and let's see if we can give them a reading. And we'll take a couple of readings. We'll do a couple of readings, and then I'll do a relaxation. Then we'll go back to the readings. Okay, Michael? You good with that?
Yeah.
All right, everyone. So I have not screened them. This is going to be very interesting for all of us. Let's see what we have. Oh, wait, let me just see. Here we go. Okay, this person's been holding the longest, and I'm going to grab them. Hi, you're holding for a reading? Hello? 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 I know somebody's holding, so.
They're muted.
Hello?
And they're muted. And they have to unmute.
Not muted. I don't know. Maybe they walked away. Hello, is anybody there? Okay. Well, you were holding a long time. Hello? All right, I'll try somebody else. Maybe they'll come on.
And the next lucky contestant.
I'm just going to put them over here just in case they come back.
Okay.
Because they're sitting there. They must have walked away. Hello, is anybody there?
Hi, hello.
Hi, who's this?
Hi, my name is Lisa.
Hi,
Hello,
Lisa.
Lisa.
Thanks for joining us. This is Mary and Michael. How are you?
I have been enjoying this so much. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you. We appreciate you listening. So what question do you have for us tonight, Lisa?
Well, what do my angels and guides most want me to be doing or being at this point? Is that an okay question?
Yeah, I mean, we can just basically get into your energy field and see what your collective is telling our collective.
Yeah.
Can you just give me your name? If you could just say your name slowly for me, and I just want to connect to that energy. Just your first name.
Lisa.
Lisa. Okay, Lisa. All right. So as I listen to your voice and I focus in on your energy, just in the energy field, I feel like I sense trials and tribulations of new transition, and I feel like this is a dual-edged thing. I feel like there's been some type of transition in health, so I don't know if you or someone close to you has just experienced and gone through a health scare, some type of health crisis, that now they're on the other side of it or navigating the end of that and looking to change and transform. So I sense a little bit of that going on around you, either for you or someone close to you that you've been taking care of. And that, so let's focus in on that first. Can you give me any information, any input, validation on someone navigating some kind of health transition going on right now?
Me, I'm going through a crisis of finding something in my pancreas that's dangerous right now and getting any help.
Okay, so that's absolutely what I'm, and thank you for that confirmation. That's absolutely what I'm picking up in your energy field. So a couple things are coming to me around this. Now, I just have to, I am not a medical doctor. I can't give medical advice, but I will tell you whatever comes to me around this. You could take it for what you want, but again, I'm not a doctor, can't give medical advice, but I will tell you what I see around your energy field.
Thank you.
Interesting thing around, I don't know why this comes to me and how this pertains to environment maybe you worked in or around, but metal contamination. I sense, I don't know what this is, but I would definitely say if you haven't had blood work done or kidney, liver, panels done to scrutinize any kind of metal toxicity in the blood, in organs, anything like that. But I do, for some reason, have metal contamination, metal particulate matter somehow in your body. So this could be something, if there was an old house and maybe you were exposed to lead, this could also be an environmental thing or, a chemical thing. So I don't know, but that's what first thing that comes to me is scrutinize and look over any type of possibility of metal contamination, so whether that could be done, blood testing or whatever that needs to be. That's the first thing. The second thing that's coming to me, I'm seeing lots of herbs, lots of Chinese medicine, just symbolism in front of me. So a lot of non-traditional medical treatment as far as maybe trying non-traditional Chinese medicine, some type of herbs or essential oils or something in that to incorporate. And I'm not saying go completely away from who you're entrusting your care in with you now. I just think you may need to bring another specialist in or expand your medical horizon so you're actually looking outside the traditional medical system and you're looking at somehow cleansing and healing the parameters of the body. So that when I say that, I feel like there's some kind of contamination that you came in contact with, and your body needs to release it. Your blood. I even see it possible in the lungs, organs. So there's another thing that interesting. What also comes to me is montamonite. I'm probably not saying it correctly, but there's a monalonite clay. There's this clay that they use to extract a lot. If we ingested something poisonous or chemical, a lot of times people can eat this. It absorbs it and pulls toxins out of the digestive tract, and you basically just release it when you go to the bathroom. I don't know. So for some reason, I'm actually sensing that as a positive thing for you. So I'm feeling like there's some type of contamination or something you were exposed to that may have been overlooked that could be an underlying problem here. But I do see healing. I don't see I do think there's possibilities for you, but I do think it's going to be you really being strict with everything you're coming in contact with, and you're probably going to have to combine not only the traditional care that you're doing, but you're going to have to look outside that with some non-traditional practitioners. What's coming to you around that, Mary Amy?
Okay, so, hi. What was your name again?
Lisa,
This is
thank
Lisa.
you.
Hi, Lisa. Okay, so I tuned in myself, and, sometimes when I receive information, I say, do not say that, because it doesn't really mean anything to me, but I'm just going to repeat what I instantly had heard: friendship, and then I saw clouds, and the clouds symbolize God and protection, and I did sense your fear and that you're veering off from yourself. I saw this bright light in the center of you, and I heard bonfire, and it symbolizes purification, transformation, and visualization. And what I'm sensing is that as this illness and this focus is taking you off who you are in the outer world, I'm suggesting, I'm trying to give a suggestion to tune back into yourself and bring more light into yourself, like I'm saying, a bonfire, a bright light from within. And I know I'm simplifying everything you're going through, and I'm sorry, that's not what I'm trying to do. I'm just sharing with you positivity and hope and a belief. Our intentions matter. Our thoughts matter. They're very, very powerful. They carry a charged impulse. They're our feelings and emotions. And so I know it can beat you down and feel defeated when we have something that is taking over our life and it's unplanned or very painful and we're suffering. And so I'm just trying to have you veer back into who you are, tune back into wwho you are. And that's my input. And I'm wishing you well.
Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you, Lisa. Appreciate you calling. But I do think there's healing in your energy field. You're just gonna, you're gonna have to look at many different aspects of this. I have a question for you, though. As I'm focusing in on your energy field, is there an older female mom or grandma that was involved in the medical system, that was a nurse, or someone that's in spirit around you that was a nurse, that's female energy, that was involved in nursing of the hospital?
Not nursing, but my Grammy was like me and did everything natural. She was from, Vermont, the old country there.
Okay. And she's in spirit, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Because there's definitely older female lineage around you talking, like, I do feel when I was connecting with the energy of you going, the very severe health ailment or navigating something, with the health, I do believe it's her giving me that information. I do sense it, female lineage that definitely would have been, I guess her own practitioner. I guess that's how I'm seeing it. Like she was very knowledgeable, probably with herbs and with non-traditional healthcare and healing certain ailments in a more holistic way, vitamins, minerals, non-traditional things. So I do feel like that's the energy. Yeah, I do feel like that's the energy that's around you, and I do feel like that's her energy giving me that insight. Definitely shows in your energy field that healing is possible. So you just have to. I think mindset is going to be a big thing. Also, I do sense the fear around that. Around, and obviously this is a really big thing, but I do think for you, quieting the mind with meditation or music or art can be a very beneficial thing for you to just try a distraction. I do think you need a distraction to eliminate some of the fear initially. So just try to give yourself some grace around not having all the answers. I sense in your energy field you have a lot of pressure that you feel like you should have it all figured out. Obviously, you want to have it all figured out as quick as possible. Time, is very important for you to have some type of plan and process underway that you can try to navigate this. But I do think you need to approach it with the sense of grace and really just, you're going to have to scrutinize the non-traditional medical care to mix in with your traditional care. But I do see healing around you.
See, what dropped me on my head first thing this morning was the doctors are supposed to schedule a test for me, and they saw I scheduled a consult on the phone with a doctor from Yale at the other end of the state, and they said, well, we're not going to take care of you then. And I'm like, what? You can't just turn me away. I can't go there. It was a virtual second opinion, which I think we're all entitled to.
Yeah, and I think, you know what, though, when we deal with scenarios like that, I think situations show their true colors to us, and I think in that, as much as you want a second opinion and as much as you want to get some other insight and guidance, I would tell you that maybe that wasn't the right place or the right facility, and there's going to be something better and something that can give you maybe more insight and guidance that will come into your energy field. So,
you mean the original people who are supposed to give me the test?
Yeah,
right?
And then I would say you're meant to look outside them too and just maybe find who would be the third opinion, and maybe that third opinion is now your second opinion. And the second opinion just needed to be removed from your energy field for whatever reason, something beyond your knowledge or knowing. I say work with the flow, and I do believe your guides and the angelic presence around you is strong. So I do believe certain things that happen are for a reason, but then certain things that don't unfold and don't happen can also be for a reason. Maybe that practitioner would have told you that second opinion would have given you the exact same opinion as the first person, and you would have discredited going or scrutinizing anything and said, okay, they're totally on. So maybe this is meant to put you on the path of a third opinion, of someone that you now become aware of, you now learn about, whether this is a referral or jump online and start being the Google doctor, or whatever it is. You need to empower yourself, and you need to, in that empowerment, you need to give yourself grace to not have all the answers, because you're not going to have all the answers. You are going to go on a little bit of a journey here where you're looking over new connections, new contacts, new referrals. You're going to have to expand your energy zone, and that's what I think.
Forgive me, are you telling me the second opinion was going to be no good too?
No, I'm saying that since the second opinion didn't work out,
we still got. I have that appointment. The first doctors told me, because you're going to talk to somebody else. We don't want to help you.
Oh, okay. So exactly same type of scenario. Okay, I had it reversed. I thought the second doctor told you that. So this was the first doctor told you that. So basically, their ego was bruised by you needing a second opinion and to contradict possibly what they had said. No. Like I said, again, I think maybe that's someone's true colors showing themselves, and what I'm going to call your collective, your guides, your angelic presence, maybe they, had them show their true colors in a way that said, okay, maybe you're not the doctor for me now, and I'm going to check out the second opinion, and maybe now instead of just having the second opinion, you get a third opinion. That's what I'm saying is I think your horizon now needs to expand, and maybe that first doctor with that first opinion needs to be pushed to the side right now, and you need to take on and harness some new energy around your medical care. And that could be the second opinion and the third opinion that you don't have yet, but you're going to find that person. You're going to look them up. You're going to see who intuitively calls to you, who has helped people with your ailment, who has had people in really bad circumstances, but put them into remission, healed them, did whatever needed to be done. I know it's out there. I can sense it in your energy field. You're just going to have to put some of that, put the boots on the ground and do a little bit of that legwork. And I think you're going to be pretty amazed at what you find and what unfolds around it. But I think that first doctor showed the true colors by saying that. And that's what we have to do. Look, we can't go by people's actions, not by what people say. People can say anything and give you the best, personified production up front. But what their actions speak louder than words. So I think that's your collective guiding you in a new path.
That's what I keep telling myself today. I'm like, okay, they're showing me that this doctor's a putz.
Exactly.
Somebody graduated in their class in every medical school, and they still call him doctor.
Yeah, look at there's good and bad in any field. I don't care if it's an auto mechanic, a carpenter, a doctor, an actress, a musician. I mean, there's good and it doesn't matter what it is. There's good and bad in all fields, all trades, all positions. I mean, unfortunately, it's just the reality of our human experience. But in that same human experience, you have the ability to navigate it with your intuition and use that for your best and highest good. And that's what you need to do in this instance. That was your intuition talking to you and communicating to you, and you didn't need me. I think I'm just reiterating the fact that your intuition has already told you.
Oh no, I needed you. I was a basket case. Thank you both so much.
Thank you so much,
Lisa.
And I just would like to say also remind you of your guardian angels and Archangel Michael and Archangel Gabriel, and maybe go into a quiet space and do some little meditation or tune inward and ask for some ways for them to lift you up through this so that you're not going through it all by yourself. Okay?
Thank you. I bless you. God bless you both so
Prayer
much.
is powerful. Use it. Pray, meditate, and do your thing.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Be well.
Bye.
You there, Michael?
I am here.
Hi.
Yes.
Hi. Yeah, that was very difficult.
It's tough, but it's interesting, and I think that's the beautiful thing about us is sometimes people need to hear it that way. Listen to your intuition, because that lady's intuition was yelling. Lisa's intuition was yelling and screaming at her, "Hey, this doctor is not the right guy." We just have to quiet it down. We have to listen. That's what this really is. It's about quieting down our mind, quieting down the ego,
trusting your hunch.
Yeah, exactly.
Trusting your gut, and don't misdirect yourself based on what's going on in the physical reality, because you have all the answers within you, and you have to trust yourself and have confidence. And
that's a
push
perfect
away
example.
any doubt. Push away any doubt, and there you go, because she knows what's best for her. And also, you know what? What's practical isn't always the right thing. Might be the wrong information.
Absolutely.
Okay, we're going to take one more caller, and then I'm going to do a visualization, and we'll take another caller, because we're headed in the last 45 minutes of our show this evening, and I'm really grateful for everyone who's here tonight, and I appreciate tonight we've been talking about 12 chakras, our auric field, and we've been, receiving some callers. So we have someone who's been holding. I'm going to grab them. Hold on.
All righty.
Hello? Hi.
Hello. Yes, hi,
How are
Mary.
you?
Fine.
Hi, how are you, Karen?
Hi.
This is Michael.
I'm all right. Thank you.
Hey, Karen, how are you?
Michael, fine.
Glad to have you aboard. Glad you're listening in. What question did you have for us?
I'm
You
sorry,
there?
what? Oh, what question? Let's see, what question do I have? I guess I would like some general direction in my life. I love everything you're saying about intuition and listen to yourself. Sometimes I just don't hear myself. I just don't hear the prompting that I would like to hear. And you're talking about seeing the energy. I wish I could see it, but I do sense it quite a bit. Not as often as I'd like, but I sense it, and sometimes I feel like I can read people's subconscious.
Yeah, it's powerful. Sensing it is just as powerful as seeing it. We just have to acknowledge that, and then we have to find that we each have our own, our own more powerful clair, our own more powerful sense, and we can utilize that one initially, and then it just kind of builds up the other ones too. So, it's not, when you say you're not tapping into your intuition or you're not hearing it, just understand it's a constant thing, and it's just something we have to continually work at. And it's it's something that we all possess, but it's really hard sometimes when we're caught in the hustle and bustle of life and our daily to-do lists and everything that we have to process, all our processes and procedures in the course of the week. It could shut that down. It basically, the mind is preoccupied with other things, and we can miss that guidance. So it's really important to incorporate it into our daily, whatever our daily schedule is, make time for it. So whether it's in the morning right before you get out of bed, you just sit and you quiet everything down, and before you jump up, or you grab your phone, or you're checking an email, listen to what your intuition is saying. Listen to what the universe, listen to what the divine, listen to what God, listen to what is being put on our hearts before we get into motion. And then the second thing is right before you go to sleep, sit and just allow whatever intuitively is going to come to you, allow it to come to you, and that's the first step, and just be consistent with it. So what I want you to do is, this is Karen, right? We said, Karen, if you could just say your name slowly, I want you to just we're going to open the energy field, and I'm going to see what's in your collective energy field, and we'll get into it. So if you could just say your name slowly for me.
Right. Michael, my name is Karen.
Karen, appreciate that, Karen. All right, Karen. Interesting. So being a psychic medium, things come to me in many different ways. So when I was speaking to the other caller, I almost immediately just tapped into her energy field, and I started feeling the chakra system, the auric system, and all that start to unfold. So I can get into the kind of the collective. What's very interesting with you, being a medium, I have an older gentleman stepping in. I feel like this is your father's in spirit, correct?
Yes, he is.
Yes, I do feel your father's energy around you, and I feel his presence stepping in even before I'm connecting to your auric field. So very, very powerful connection. I don't know if I'm getting the number 3 as in March the 3rd or 3. So I don't know what the significance is, or he's showing me the 3 as March as this being a significant month for you. But around your father's passing or around you as a significant date, the 3rd or the month of March, can you make any connection to that? Why I'm seeing the 3 so prominently?
I think so. I think so. I'm not quite sure.
Is that like a date?
I'm wondering.
Yeah, is that a date like the 3rd or March as a significant month of his passing or birthday?
Not his passing or birthday or anything, but just I'm waiting for something to happen, and
okay, and that would be
going to
3,
happen this month.
And that could be this month of March. Okay, because this is definitely coming from him. I feel like around this, so let me just tell you a little bit of the energy I sense around it. Now, while I'm connecting to his energy, I do feel like, I don't know if this was a contract or a litigation or a negotiation or something being settled or transferred, but I do feel like there was paperwork and there was litigation involved around this. Is that correct?
Paperwork, yeah, paperwork, not really litigation, but it's legal. So
okay, exactly, yes, legal documents.
Yeah.
Okay, so I see that. So yeah, I do believe that's what he's talking about around the 3, giving me the March. Unless he's giving me March 3rd, specifically, unless you're going to get some kind of news coming up on Sunday. But I do believe he's just giving me the month as this being a very prominent month around, this legal I'm going to say transition and these documents. The interesting thing, I feel like he's pulling me to some type of military connection. Do you have a flag of his from his passing, his military flag? Or like medals?
He was an officer in the Army. I have his Army jacket and some other Army things. Yeah,
that's what I'm seeing, a lot of military connections to him. And I'm seeing, I feel like I'm seeing like a plaque or a display. I don't know. I feel like I'm seeing the flag around it, but there may just be like an insignia of a flag on it and medals. Is that something you can identify?
Yes.
Okay. He's showing me that. I think he's just giving me bits and pieces of evidential information to confirm, that he's coming through.
Yeah, he was a lifer in the Army, so yes, definitely military.
Okay. All right. I appreciate that confirmation. Thank you. Now, I'm seeing, I don't know if he's giving me this initial as a significant initial around a name, around the legal matter you're dealing with that we're bringing some information through, or him, but I'm getting an H. So I don't know what what's the deal with the H? Was that his initial or an initial around like this document paperwork matter you're dealing with? I'm seeing the H is very significant. So I'm not sure why I'm getting.
I'm not connecting it to a person, but what initially came to my mind was house.
Okay, the H of the house. Normally I would see a house like that. No, I'm seeing. Okay, so let me just give you a little bit of what I'm getting from this. I'm being drawn to a Harold or a Hank, like an H.A., a Harry, an H.A. name around this. I feel like I'm getting this name as some type of positive insider connection around the paperwork or the transference of property, litigation, whatever's going on, whatever's coming to you. So basically there's a transfer of something, right? We're transferring item A so-and-so to you, correct?
Yes.
There's some transfer. Okay. Is it in regards to the house? Is the housing, selling a house?
No, I just don't connect it to a name right now, and I don't even know all the people's names who are involved in this, and it's a collection of people.
All right, so let me.
Yeah.
So I appreciate you giving me that.
I want a house with. I want to get a house with it.
Okay. Okay. So then just know, okay, what your best intentions are, and it would be whatever this is coming to you, whatever we're going to say finances, whatever the settlement, whatever this legal matter is. When this subsides, and you get we're going to say, and the financial, income, the financial increase comes to you, and you can make whatever purchase you want with that, or do whatever you're going to do with that. If looking at purchasing a house is the prominent energy that you're putting out there, I would say be aware of the HA, that name, those initials, HA. Could be a legal firm, could be a realtor, could be someone selling a house. Harold, Harry, Harvey, like the HA. I mean, it could even be, we'll say Harry Albert, an HA name. Be aware of the H as a very prominent initial for something positive and prosperous around this for you. Some type of positive outcome is connected to that H. And I would say this is around the litigation, legal matter, whatever this is that you're navigating right now. Also, so the interesting thing is, in your father in spirit, also he's acknowledging a dog. And I feel like I'm seeing this as an Akita, but it's not an Akita, but it has like pointed ears like that. And I don't know if I'm seeing like a tan or apricot and white. Can you take that? Can you take that dog? Do you know who I'm talking about?
No, I don't. I don't quite understand the dog.
Not sure. I don't know if he's giving me a sign, symbolism of like you're going to see this and you're going to know you're at the right property or something. You didn't have a dog like growing up or in childhood that would be connected to your dad, that like tan, white, pointy ear. I don't know. I'm seeing pointy ears, really pointy ears. Like I'm seeing it as an Akita, but it's not an Akita.
No.
Okay. I don't know why I'm seeing that. Okay. So tan or white dog, just put that on your back burner. I don't want to discredit it because I'm seeing it around you. But something to do with pointy. Dog has really pointy ears, like you would see on like a Doberman when they tape the ears up and the ears are pointed, but it's not the colors of a Doberman. This dog, white or tan, and I don't want to get too far into it, but I just want to acknowledge it because I'm seeing it around you. So it might be a sign, or you're in an office and you see this could be a picture. You could be dealing with, someone that owns this dog, but I just see positive energy around it. So I don't know what there is. We're going to put the H on the back burner. So the H, very positive energy around that initial. And then something to do with the really pointed ear dog. That's like a apricot color. All right. So I just want to put that out there. Mary Amy, what are you getting?
Hi. Okay.
Hi,
so what I received is that, or what I'm sensing is that your system, your vessel is become weaker, and I'm giving some kind of suggestion to revitalize yourself. And how would you go about doing that? Well, I'd like you to maybe start journaling and release some of your past memories that have kind of overwhelmed you. And I'd like you to start with the here and now by maybe sitting right now. Like, I'm going to just walk you through this really quick. If you're interested, are you interested?
I am.
Are you interested? Okay. All right. So let's close our eyes, get into a comfortable position, and I'd like you to put all your weight in your bottom. And I'd like you to have gratitude for this moment. I mean, these are suggestions I'm saying, and that means like, you're letting out a breath and you're just realizing that here I am. I'm here right now, and I'm so grateful that I have this moment, that I am here in this world, in this moment. And so we have gratitude. We remind ourselves we're in the moment. So maybe you look around and you see where you are, what's around you. And then you're going to put, like I said, all your weight in your bottom. And you're going to focus on the base of your spine, which is your root chakra, and you're imagining it going right down into the earth. And then you're imagining that your feet are going down into the earth, and you're wiggling your toes. And like I said, you're letting out a breath. And you're having self-confidence, and you're pushing away any doubt. And you're having self-love. You're tuning into your heart right now. And so you're asking your heart right now, how am I feeling? And hopefully you're coming back with one word, and maybe you have layers that are on top of your heart and you can't quite get to the answer, but I'm going to be quiet for a moment, and I'd like you to just tune into your heart right now and ask your heart how you're feeling in one word. And maybe it's going to be like you're sad or you're happy or you're content, whatever it is. It's your personal decision. So whatever the answer is right. You don't have to share it. I'm just giving a suggestion. So I'm going to be quiet. Maybe everyone out there is going to do the same thing and just listen to your heart. Okay, so hopefully you got one word. For me, I got hopeful. Because right now I am hopeful. I'm hopeful for this moment. I'm hopeful that, I'm moving forward. I'm going with the flow. And so after that, what I'd like you to do is, now that you've come back with an answer, I'd like you to imagine right in front of you. I'd like you to put your hands out right in front of you. Like, create a little, like you'd be holding something in your hands. And I'd like you to imagine right here in this moment, you're having gratitude, you're grounded, you're remembering your feet are firmly planted on the earth's surface. And right here in front of you, I'd like you to close your eyes, and I'd like you to come together with all of what you want. What do you want? What do you want to create in your life? Because we want to revitalize you. We want to empower you. We want to remind you that you have so much before you. So what do you want? What is that? What do you see? What does it look like? What does it smell like? What does it taste like? What's the weather around it? Is it a thing? Is it a place? Is it something you'd like to do? Whatever it is, it's your destiny. Okay? I'd like you to just keep that thought, keep that moment. And tomorrow when you wake up, first thing in the morning, remember whatever your destiny was. Now, I don't know if this is easy for you to do, if you can create something, but you are capable of manifesting. And that's what I have to share.
Yeah,
Thank you so much, Mary.
Yeah, I think the H too, just be aware of that as maybe an area you're going into. Just that H is prominent in your energy field. So, and I also wanted to just mention that if you do look to buy a property and it's not like a realtor's name or someone, I mean, if you could take that as someone prominently around you and around your father, then I would say that's what it's for. But if not, then that name is significant around this new, I would say, awareness, this new opening that's unfolding, this new transition that you're on. That H is going to be very prominent.
Well, thank you. And it's reassuring to know my father's around me because I've been thinking of him, and especially a lot recently.
Yeah, and I think that's why his
so.
energy came through with so many little bits and pieces of validating information. I think it's important for you to know right now, whatever you're going through, that he is around you and you do have his loving support and guidance.
To know. And
I'm sending you blessings
thank
and
you
hope
both.
and love.
Yeah, thank you so much for calling in. And
I want to remind you, I think you should just get a little piece of paper and start journaling how you're feeling and release some of this. And maybe it might trigger some memories that you kind of have some kind of kindred with. And you might be feeling like hopeful. So let's manifest our destiny, okay? And have a wonderful evening.
Okay, Marianne. God bless you both. Right. Thank you so much. You're a delight.
Be well.
Take care, Karen.
You're amazing. Be well. Okay, so I'm making an executive decision, Michael, because we just have like under 30 minutes left, and we've already kind of done some exercises, and we've discussed so much, and we have someone holding, and I think he really wants to ask a question. I spoke to him a bit just a little while ago, and I think we're just going to take one more caller and call it an evening.
Right,
how do you feel about
good.
that?
Yeah,
Is that
I'm good with that. Yep.
All right, everyone. So let's bring on. Here we go. Hold on. Hi, it's Mary and Michael. How are you?
Hey, I am doing great. Thanks for taking my call.
Awesome. Who's on the phone with us?
Sure. My name is Tim. I'm calling from New York.
All right, Tim. What's happening? Calling from the Big Apple. All right.
Yahoo! New York.
Not too far away. That's good. So, what question did you have for us, Tim?
Oh, I was just wondering if there's any tips or messages from Spirit. I feel like this whole episode is dedicated to tips. I'm working on manifesting, trying to bring in some new great stuff. So I've been trying to make time every day, at least 5 to 10 minutes, try to do some breathing and meditate, asking my guides for assistance. I got like a little nasal congestion problem, so I can't really deep breathe, but I'm still able to breathe, so I'm trying to quiet the mind. Any tips or messages from Spirit? Greatly appreciated.
Okay. If you could just say your name, your first name, just slowly one time, we're going to kind of open up the energy field, connect to your energy.
Sure. It's Timothy.
Timothy. Okay, Tim. Appreciate it. Interesting. As I connect to your energy field, I'm going to get a couple things going on. So there's definitely some type of artistic endeavor or talent or something you're either not fully pursuing, or it was something you were pursuing as like a career or a side hustle that you're not doing now. Something like that. Something comes to me like some kind of pushed aside artistic talent. Can you take that at all? Is there something to that? Because I'm sensing, there's something big with the artistic, not capitalizing on your artistic talent. What can you take from that?
Storytelling. I'm just trying to figure out how to. I'm a people person. I have a penchant for telling stories, so I'm trying to figure out how to.
Did you write? Like, were you big into creating like scenes, like almost like writing like an outline of like a movie or a play or like a theatrical show, something like that? Like, I see you writing and creating an actual. So what? All right. So what's going to sound really interesting around this? I'm being brought back to like ancient, like theatrical, like Shakespearean plays and like theater production. I don't know why that's coming to me in your energy, like something that's taking character development, a storyline, music, colors, design, like a lot of these things and pulling them together. So there's something to that you should be doing. There's something in there. So whether you're writing the story, designing the characters, maybe all of it, I don't know, but there's some aspect of like your soul's calling in that. And that's what I see. I see this as something that you would be like a piece of the team creating, something that's like a bigger picture, like a theatrical production. So that's the first thing I want. Now, let me put that aside a little. Being a medium, I have younger female energy. I don't know why I'm seeing the number 32. So I don't know if this person passed when they were early 30s, 32, February, March 2nd as like a significant date. There's younger female energy around you, and I feel like that this female energy would have been accidental passing, and the passing was near water. I don't necessarily think she passed in water, but passed near a waterway or a beach or like a vacation area. Can you take any of that?
Oh, I'm trying to blank on that, but maybe it'll come to me later.
Okay, so around, there's younger female energy. Definitely, I feel like car accident or something, or passed by being hit by a car or in a car, something like that. But I also have, there's an S8, like a Sharon, Sherry. I don't want to sit with it too much if you can't. Now, this could also be like a neighbor, someone that lived around you. If you can't take this as a family member, a friend, someone you went to school with. I don't know, but there's the SH female energy that definitely passed in some type of either auto accident or hit by a car. Now, if you can't, and I'm seeing someone actually, this happening like on a city street, but I'm being drawn to like Baltimore. I don't know why I'm being pulled to Maryland. So if you can't take that, I don't want to sit with it too much. But this person is in your energy field. So I just want to put it out there because it's coming to me. Now, this may be someone you forgot about, a family friend. You may talk to someone that that's like, wow, that's who that person was. But that's what's coming to me. So younger female, probably in her early 30s when she passed. The SH, Sharon, Sherry, something like that around her name, and something to do with automobile accident or hit by a car. And I'm being drawn to Baltimore, Maryland. Either went to school there, grew up there, this happened there, something around that. But I don't want to sit too much in this, if you can't take the person, but just be aware this person is in your energy field and trying to connect to you. So I didn't want to discredit it. So aside from that, I want to see what Mary Amy has to say, because I don't want to go into full mediumship mode when we're kind of in between psychic and mediumship mode. So I don't want to lose Mary Amy in the mix. So what are you getting, Mary Amy?
Thanks for including me. I appreciate that. Okay. So, I just take whatever I receive and I just say it. Okay, so I received color red, a number. I don't know what that means. And then I heard there's so many, many, many possibilities that you're able to do many things. You have many talents. It's a little overwhelming at times for you that you can do so much. And you can kind of actually do that when it comes to friendships as well, because you can kind of morph into different persons. And you are more of a mediator and someone that allows a lot to come in. And you even take a lot. In relationships, you take a lot before you kind of call it quits. In fact, I don't know, even if you do call it quits, you might just take a break. So I do sense that there are guardian angels that are giving you messages. Please allow them to be received, because you are transmitting and you are a receiver. So you are protected. You're a sweet and lovely person. And that's what I received.
Okay. To receive those messages, that's just me trying to quiet the mind during meditation.
Mm-hmm. Wait, say that again?
I think focus on your breath and try to hear it more. It's like anything else. Just you have to keep doing it and get more repetitive in your processes and procedures. But I would say focus on your breath initially. Like if you find that your mind is wandering or a lot of thoughts are coming into your mind, that's fine. Initially, it's going to happen. So just sit with it, and as the thoughts come in, just push the thoughts out. And again, keep going back to your breath. Keep going back to focusing in on your breath, focusing in on the inhale, the holding of the breath, and then the slow exhale. And that will always bring you back to center. Now, with you...
Can I say one thing?
Yeah.
Before you go into the spirit thing? Okay, one more thing. So, Tim, my suggestion, because I've been working on my clairaudience so much. I don't like to say the word work, practicing. And so my suggestion is to turn off all your electronics, take a little pad of paper and a pen, go into a quiet space. Just allow yourself to listen to whatever's going on in the space you're in. Maybe it's appliances, maybe it's nothing. Just listen. And then listen, take it one step further, listen beyond the walls of that room. Then take it another step further and just really focus and concentrate. Listen beyond the building you're in. Listen and give the suggestion, I'm listening a block away. I'm listening 5 miles away. Now, at first, you might not receive that much, but then as time goes on and you practice this, all of a sudden it's going to activate because you do want it. I sense that you do want it. You do want to hear. So the clarity will come when you don't have any doubt and you just have patience. And then all of a sudden it's all going to flood to you, and then you're going to say, oh, my gosh, this is just too much. Okay, that's my input.
No, I think your intuition is a little bit stifled because you're not letting this outflow of creativity happen. So that's what I sense on a psychic level. I think in the creativity. Now, I don't just think writing. I actually think there's an aspect that you should tap into drawing, whether you get a pad, paper, some crayons, some markers, just pencil, whatever it may be. And I think you just need to start experimenting with your own creativity. And I think there's going to be a whole untapped area that you've never even tried doing. And I like painting, and I see a lot of potential, unveiling of the intuition through art. So that would be my challenge to you. Not only write storylines or develop characters, but start trying to paint what goes along with them, scenery, actual, characters that you're developing. And I think you could really run with this in some type of like fantasy, almost like, I don't want to say like the world of Harry Potter or the world of, Middle Earth, but you could take some kind of spin of your own interpretation of characters, a storyline, and some kind of realm of reality that they live in, and you could build something around that. That's psychically what I see around you. So the big thing is to unleash this intuitive voice. You have to tap into this I don't want to say unknown artistry that's in you, but I'm going to say unknown artistry because I do believe there's going to be like an unveiling of some gift you potentially didn't know you possessed. And I see that in drawing.
Wow. Okay. You guys have been a tremendous help. Thank you so very much.
Yeah, thank you so much for calling in, Tim. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, we really appreciate it. And you're on your journey, and you are much more clear than you realize. Just stay on it. Like I said, go into a quiet space, and as Michael says, focus on your breath, but also tune inward. Tune out and listen to whatever sounds you hear in the space that you're in. And eventually you're going to all of a sudden activate it. Okay?
Okay. Sounds great. I will start working. Thank you so very much.
Okay. Have a great night.
All right.
Sending blessings to you. Bye.
Thanks, Tim. Take care.
Okay. So I think that's a night for us. I want to remind everyone that next week we have Flat Earth Days, and it's going to be on Thursday night at 7:30. And any parting words you have, Michael?
No, I would just say another good show in the books. If anyone wants to reach out to me for any type of private reading, gallery reading, message circle, michaeledley.com. And you can catch me on Facebook at Eye of the Spirits with Michael Edley. That's michaeledley.com and Eye of the Spirits with Michael Edley on Facebook.
Okay, so we'll be back March 7th, and I will be posting the upcoming show, and we also already have a plan for March 22nd. And I appreciate everyone listening, and I hope you can follow us. The more followers we get, the more we get the word out there, and we want good things for everyone. And I wish you a happy weekend.
Yes, wishing everyone a fantastic Friday, a wonderful weekend, and tell everyone you know to tune in to Two Psychics.
Yes. Everyone have a great night. Goodbye.
Take care. Good night.